Hey everyone, this is Eric with Reckonage Farm as you can, and since a lot of us are kind of, well, we've all been told to stay close to the house, I thought I'd go ahead and share with you what I'm up to today. Basically, I'm just running my airbrush over some diecast that I've primed and painted. This is the second coat. Let me show you this color. I have been painting this color. This is called Radiant Red. This is that's not it. Where is the paint code on this thing? Brand color. I don't know where the. Oh, there it is. L5797. Radiant Red. Hi, FP. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Gitling Farms. Good to see you. Welcome. Anyway, so this is L5797 Radiant Red. Mixed it 1-to-1. I bought way too much paint. This is, oh my gosh, way too much paint for what I've done. Anyways, what I'm doing here is, this has all been painted one time so far. And then, and this is one time right there. And then this all needs another coat. So what I thought I'd do is just paint a little bit. And you guys can watch. So here's what I'm going to do. I got a different holder, so this one's going to be kind of bouncy. Sorry about that in advance. But there we go. Okay, so this is my paint booth. Yeah, you can kind of see in there. Thank you a lot for the compliment, too. So, this is my airbrush that I'm using. This is Iwata. This is an Iwata Revolution that I bought, and you can see I got the paint in the cup there. So, let's paint. So, there we go. Let's see. And that's all there is to it. Sure does look smart. This is actually turning out much darker than I hoped it would be. I thought it was going to be a lighter shade of sparkling red. It's really actually turning out much closer to some other paint I already have, like Radiant Fire. I was kind of hoping this would be a lighter shade, and I'm wondering if it wasn't the gray primer that I used underneath it that kind of made it turn out darker. I'm even thinking maybe I should have sprayed silver down ahead of it. I'm not sure what would have brightened it up, but I would really love to have this brighter, but it's not, so here we are. Whoop. And you're going to hear my air compressor kick on and off periodically. Nothing I can do about that because I'm going to have compressed air. Okay, so what I'll do here is Just a moment. I'm going to hang my airbrush up quick. And I noticed my camera, or my phone's about to fall out of my holder. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll show you how I go about filling my paint cup. I don't know what's right, but this is just what I'm doing. Let me see. 9460R Farming's working on a 9630 and 8230, 8320R. Yeah, all right. Okay. So basically all I'm doing is I'm using a syringe that I got from a farm store. I just draw some up into the tube and then put it in. I suppose there's other ways to do this. I just started doing this because I had this on hand and I thought I wanted a way not to make a mess, even though I made a mess. Maybe to make less of a mess. So that's all I'm doing is I just use that syringe and then set it on the lid and off we go. So we got a T800 hood here. Sure do get a light coat with these airbrushes, man. And I am in no way, shape, or form a pro at this, and I guess I didn't turn my camera, did I? Just a second here. Let me get you pointed back over here. Looks like that's about all I got. Oh, a second here. There we go. That gets you in the shot. There we go. And finally, the last T800 hood. And that's that. There we go. That's all we got. That is finished for this one. I'm gonna open up the door. It's, even though I have an exhaust fan, it's still kind of fuming in here. There we go. So now I'm ready to clean because I'm not done spraying. Wouldn't you know? Let me see where we're pointing here. And if you want to continue watching, I'll go ahead and clean up and get ready for the next thing. So I've noticed with these syringes, sometimes the plunger separates from the barrel, or from the rubber piece in there, and that's what's happening here. I need to get a couple more of these. They're only like 59 cents, and they're super handy for this purpose. Dirty lacquer thinner through this syringe body, and that's just to kind of clean out the worst of the paint. And then what I'll do is run some clean stuff through it as soon as the outside of it's clean. I mean, it's probably smarter ways to do this, and I just have not explored it at all. But this just seems to, I don't know, so far it's working really well for me, so I keep doing it. Now some clean acetone. So I got to get out later today, even though we're supposed to be quarantined. I'm going to stop by the farm store and pick up a few more of these. These are just super duper handy. Unless they're, not behaving like this one. The idea. Put on that. Okay, so clean the air gun here. Let me get my little thingy here. What I like to do is get a little bit of acetone. Again, I'm using a syringe to move everything because that way I don't make a mess. And then I kind of wipe down the worst of the inside, just kind of with an old rag. So I just get the worst of it out of the inside. And then I'll kind of wipe down the outside just to clean it up a little bit. I'll clean it even better when I'm done, but right now I'm going to shoot some Viper Red on a truck. And I'll show you what I'm going to do here in a minute. So here you can see the inside of my cup there. There you go. I kind of wiped out the worst of it. Now I'll run some clear, clean lacquer thinner through it and get it ready for the next color. Okay. Now we are ready for next. So, I have just a little bit of Viper Red in this jar. This was an experiment that failed, but, well, it was just messy. Didn't really fail, but it was messy. Oh, come on, you. That thing just does not want to settle down. Guys. This is the only one I have left, so I gotta preserve it just a little bit here so I can use it again. Come on, get out of there. Then I may have to get creative and do it a different way. So this isn't. Alright, no worries. Well, what I'll do then, because I don't have very much to paint, I can fudge a little bit here. Just try and do it this way. And it still didn't make a mess. Good deal. So here's what the Viper Red looks like. This is really, really pretty. I love it. So the next thing I'm going to be painting is this cab over. All of this white tape on here, I'm sealing this. So right there, wherever the white tape is, that's going to be mask off. Underneath the white will remain red, and whatever is showing red right now will be white. So I'm going to paint a little bit of red over the white, just over the tape to seal the tape so we don't get paint bleed. So that is what we have now. That is to seal so we don't get paint bleed. Hopefully we got all the tape down good enough that we can be confident as we go to the next thing. So I'm gonna let that chill, and then we can talk. I'm gonna pull you out here, guys. I want to see what kind of questions we had, if there are any. So let's just go see what we had for questions. There we are. Yeah, light gray primer. You're catching on there. Yes, slowly but surely, Dave. Slowly but surely. I really like this. Whoops, just a minute. I really like the airbrush. That's really that was a good buy. I'm not gonna lie. That was an A-okay buy. I think I paid $160 or something for it at the end of the year. I just used my pancake air compressor down here. So this is just a $99 farm store special. Nothing fancy. I've had that for years and years, and instead of buying a compressor just for the airbrush, I thought we'll just use that, and that's what I've been doing. It works really good, and I already have it, so I didn't have to buy more stuff. Whoops. Hi, Cal. Good to see you. What else is cooking here? So let me see here. As soon as this peat here, this cab over, once this is dry, I'm going to shoot a little primer over it, and then we'll shoot some white. So this will, hopefully the paint job works well. And then once that white's cured, and all of this is dry, so it might be tomorrow that I do this. And then I've got this truck here. This is a 4-door Peterbilt. I had this really expensive shade of green, and I thought this bad boy is going to be green. So here it is. As soon as all of this stuff is dry, then I'm going to spend some time just clear coating. So tomorrow, like that green Peterbilt, hopefully the cab over if the paint job turns out well, excuse me, and then all those Kenworth trucks. My plan is all of those will get clear coat tomorrow, and then the arduous task of, and then also, whoops, one other thing. I'm going to have my daughter, I got to get some decals here, but these all get wheat decals, because these are replicas of Frederick Harvesting service truck. So then the service beds, the Peterbilt, the 2 Peterbilts, and then all the Kenworths will get clear coat tomorrow. I'm really excited for that, to kind of keep them moving along. I know we have a crap ton of assembly. And then as far as clear coat goes, this is what I'm using here. This is Duplicolor. It was like $15 for the quart, and it's ready to mix lacquer. So I'm running that through the airbrush, and all I have to do is just draw it in and use it, and it's perfect. It works really, really well. So lots going on. Oh, and then finally, sorry, I don't have the phone in my gimbal. I'm just holding it, so it's kind of bouncy. Sorry about that. Finally, I've got these Welker trucks I'm working on too. I got to put some fuel tanks and a battery box or something cabinet on. I got to put just a couple of accessories, and they're done. Thank goodness. Finally, bring that to a close. Those have been kind of fun, but I'm ready for them to be done. So let me see what else. Yeah. And then probably start something new next week. I got a few orders in the queue, so yeah, see what happens. Oh, I got to get paint for a Ford. Still having trouble matching paint on a Ford. Oh well, that's what happens. All right, guys, that's all I got. If you have questions, I guess, yeah. All right, there we go. Yeah, so just wanted to catch up with you, do something a little bit of entertaining, if nothing else, since a lot of us are quarantined, or at least we're told to stay close to home, which here in Dodge City, we've only got one case we know one case of corona here and there at the hospital across the street. And then 4 or 5 people have been tested, I've been told. But we've been told to brace for an explosion of cases here. I don't know what that means necessarily, but that's what it is. So anyway, yeah, next week we're just gonna play. It's crazy. All right. Well, guys, stay healthy, stay happy. If there's a tutorial that you would like to see while we're all quarantined, leave it in the comments. If I've got it, I will do a video on it. We'll do something live just for to keep everybody safe and sane, let you learn something while you're at it. Okay? So, we'll catch you later. Bye.